Hello everybody. Second lesson of today. Don't have my sliding door open and a fan, because the sliding door will fall and the cats will get out and I have to round them back the fuck up. It's not fun. Now onto the meat of the video. A friend of mine was pondering um, the sport of ultimate fighting. She doesn't get the nuances of ultimate fighting. Now, granted, if you're a novice observer, you're not going to notice these slight differences between fighters and their styles. Obviously, if you're a newcomer, you're not going to get it. But once you start watching it, you realize that there's very much a nuance to every fighting style in Ultimate Fighting. There's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's Muay Thai, there's Kenpo, there's boxing, there's dirty boxing, there's Taekwondo, there's a whole host of different fighting styles. There's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's Jiu-Jitsu. And it may not look when you at first glance, but it really is a battle of wits and fists. Because really, you have to judge whether or not your opponent's going to kick or punch, and then you have to be able to counter that. You have to be ahead of your opponent, one or two moves ahead in the fight, to keep yourself from getting tapped, the referee stopping the fight, or getting knocked out, or losing the fight because of points. Take a fight like Shogun and Kimbo Slice. Now, Shogun is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter who has Muay Thai, so he can stand up and take his opponent down to the ground. Kimbo Slice is really just a street fighter at heart. He really has no technique. He has learned technique, but he's just a street fighter. He's just meant to brawl. He's meant to throw fists. Now, if Shogun can get his opponent, who is Kimbo, to the ground, he can easily defeat him. But trading strikes with him is not the best idea. Or like in the UFC demo where it's Shogun versus Chuck Liddell. That's a very even fight. Because Chuck Liddell has very good takedown defense, and he also has amazing strikes. But Shogun has very good strikes, and he's also very good at taking people down. So it's a fairly even fight. And that's where the skill comes in. When it's an even fight, you have to make sure that you are playing every move in your head ahead of time, trying to think ahead, trying to not make mistakes, trying not to get yourself caught into a takedown, or being able to take yourself out of a takedown by defending it, by sprawling. Now, I'm probably overanalyzing the sport, but yes, at its heart it is two people bludgeoning each other to death with fucking fists. But, that's why the referee's there, to keep order. It's not just fists flying. There's rules in Ultimate Fighting. Like you can't kick in the groin, you can't knee someone in the head when they're down, you can't I forgot all the other rules, but there's rules in place so people don't get as harmed. Compared to boxing is very, very the shallow cousin of MMA. Boxing was the first, but it was the first mainstream sport. Boxing is just two people throwing bones at each other until one of them cannot fucking fight. But MMA has that strategic component to it. You have to weaken your opponent without weakening yourself. There's a wide array of fighting styles that you have to be aware of, and you have to be very, very careful. So that's what's really behind MMA. It's thinking on your feet, trying to keep yourself from getting taken down and taking your opponent out in the least amount of time without you yourself getting injured. But in essence, it is just two people throwing fists, ankles, feet, knees at each other. That is the essence of it, but there's more to it than that. Now there are fighters who are just going out there and trying to end the fight with a boxing match, but there are also people like Shogun who can try to take the opponent down to the ground and choke you out. And in that scenario, you have to be careful. If you're being the one trying to be choked out, you have to be careful not to use up your oxygen too quickly so you won't pass out. And there's a lot of training that goes into MMA. So I think I may have cleared up a lot of the misconceptions people have with MMA. Yeah. So lesson for the day: if you have a sliding door and it's not firmly in the socket of the door, don't open your door and let the wind blow in, because it will take it out and you'll have to go get your cats. Thankfully, I'm on the second floor, so none of the cats will actually jump down. Yay me. Yeah, so take that away from this video, and that there is a very nuanced style of fighting for mixed martial arts. Yeah, I know I'm wrong. Alright, peace out.